Recently, this strange video emerged of these reindeers moving in a bizarre formation. The clip shows a large group of reindeer that move in a circle all at the same time. So far, experts haven't been able to explain the footage. However, some believe there is a reason some animals act strange. Some have come forward suggesting this specific video could prove the reindeers are sensing something. In the region where the footage was taken, the Kola Peninsula in Russia, giant sinkholes are known to appear. The theory then has been put forward that a giant sinkhole could soon open up. Another paper published in a scientific journal in the US on this subject by a respectable scientist in 2000 is summarised here. All animals instinctively respond to escape from predators to preserve their lives. A wide variety of vertebrates already express early warning behaviours that we understand for other types of events, so it's possible that animals really do sense when something is about to happen, and if that something is an earthquake, it could cause them to behave different. Many dog owners believe their pet has this special ability. It depends on the dog's personality, but most dogs are compassionate and sweet to almost everyone. They can also sense when something is about to happen. For example, someone knocking the door, and they also know when their owners are in pain. Not much information has been released on the video, but what do you guys make of it? Why do you think these reindeer are behaving like this?
Well, I don't think it's earthquakes. I'll tell you what, I think these animals are being affected by something called 5G. It's a technology that is making its way here to the United States. Obviously, it's already here in some places, but it's going up all over the United States, and it is a very dangerous technology that most of our legislatures probably don't even know the dangers of it, but they've been pushing for it anyway. But I want to show you why we need to change their minds and stop this before it's too late.
That will be used is a much bigger threat to our health than the things that we already have, which are very substantial threats to our health. We're not just talking about the intensity. We're talking about the frequency and the very high level of pulsations. There's a huge literature which shows that pulsed EMFs that pulse up and down very rapidly, are in most cases much more biologically active than our non-pulsed EMFs. Every single wireless communication device communicates via pulsations, but the industry completely ignores this issue. The problem with 5G is that they're planning to put out tens of millions of these antennae all over the place without doing one single biological safety test.
Are you implying possibly that we, the consumers, are the guinea pigs since they haven't really done tests to see the effects in a smaller setting?
I mean, that's not an implication, it's a statement. We are, yes.
Cancer is not the main concern that I have. I'm really concerned about sperm count and about effects on pregnancy.
How many of you know that 1 in 6 American couples is unable to have a child when they want to? How many of you know that last year the birth rate in this country dropped the most that it ever has in recent history, 3% in a single year?
People look at the sperm, people use cell phones, and the sperm, usually sperm swim, and they swim straight. But if you expose them to radio frequency, mobile phone waves, they swim in a circle.
Studies have been done here in Australia, taking sperm from healthy men. And one test tube gets exposed to cell phone radiation, and one test tube is not exposed to mobile phone radiation. And then the results are evaluated. And this is a measure of vitality. We measure how well the sperm swim. This is a measure of motility. This is a measure of mitochondrial DNA damage. They have 3 times as much damage on their DNA if they have been exposed to mobile phone radiation. The data on that are rock solid. Cell phones can damage sperm quantity and quality.
Your embryo, your uterus in the fetus, where your child is developing for the first 100 days, in the ovaries, the eggs do not have that protection. So they are at maximum risk from radiation. And for the first month or so, you wouldn't even know you were pregnant. You wouldn't even be taking precautions. That is the main danger area. So you give birth to a daughter, but her ovaries are now contaminated. She may be normal, she may be genetically damaged, but her ovaries are at the most risk. So when your daughter grows up and she becomes pregnant and has a baby, this is where one of these eggs will be fertilized and come out. So the real damage here is your grandchildren. That is where it is going to show most.
Anybody notice the similarities between the deer and the sperm? Maybe this isn't enough evidence for you. Maybe you don't think it's affecting our animals, our birds, our whales, with the sonar. This 5G technology is very dangerous for everyone, including humans. Let me show you how it affects one deer. I gotta warn you though, this video is very hard to watch.
We're in the front yard. He does not look good. I don't know if he's drunk or got a busted leg. He's got a busted leg. You alright there, little guy? Yeah, you look like you're drunk. Yep. Go into the woods. You got some illness. He's rabid. Yeah, he's fucking foaming at the mouth.
For me to watch. I don't know about you out there. I put a petition down below. You can always comment, but sign the petition so we can go to Washington and convince them that they need to stop this. This is a dangerous technology. It needs to be stopped. We don't want this here. If it's doing that to the animals, just think about what it's going to be doing to us. Please help me before it's too late.